Hello, I'm excited to just chat today.
How's
So
it going, man?
Tony,
Is that Up? Is that the Up
yes, it's
movie?
all
Oh,
Pixar right behind us.
I
So
love it. I love it.
I'm excited just as the show is going to be released. It's awesome, just the character that you play, both the characters that you play.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
what was it like working with such a young cast? What were your favorite parts about that?
Yeah, I am, man, I these four kids, Emmy, Marta, Mystic, and Seth, I have a lot of respect for them because not only are they really good at what they do, and they did such a good job, but these four kids, like they sign up for a big show in the middle of a pandemic. We all are away from home. They can't go back home for 5 months. They have school half the day, and then they shoot the rest of the day.
Wow.
And then amidst all that, they show up with a great attitude. And it's like, I have a lot of respect for that because many people in our world that have that big of a plate, they don't show up with a good attitude.
Mhm.
And it's like, these kids really stepped up to the plate. So I'm very, very, very honored to work with them.
That's so cool. It looks like from watching the pilot episode is there's a lot of great chemistry and just really it must have been so much fun to work together. What were some of the challenges, just maybe personal challenges or some of the hardest parts of filming this unique show?
Yeah, sure. I would say there was a definite challenge. The isolation shooting in a pandemic, that was a big challenge because I couldn't hang out with the cast. The adults like Kristen and Ryan and Mamea and Gia, we couldn't hang out and get to know the kids even as much as we would have liked to because everybody had to stay pretty isolated because of COVID. So that was very tricky. However, at the same time, shooting this show with this message, because the show starts off in a global crisis. There's a lot of panic and fear. My character, Mr. Benedict, sends these kids out to find the source. And, these kids don't have crazy magical powers. These kids have their superpower is their intellect, their creativity, their empathy, and their uniqueness. And those, after the year we've had, those are superpowers. Like that is a superpower, And so it definitely, even though it was tough, it was so rewarding to be doing that kind of a show amidst what was going on in the world.
That's exciting. And it's such it looks like it's going to be an amazing, just as the story develops, it's going to be great for just families to see. What are some of the messages and some of those things that you're excited for people to watch, or what are some of the points that really got you excited about this show?
Yeah. In addition to kind of a kid watching it and thinking, hey, I've got that superpower, that's exciting. But it's also, I think, in a time where it's very easy there's a lot of comparison happening, especially social media, of like, well, I need to be this in order to succeed, or I need to do this. This show, if you notice, all the kids are very different, with very unique gifts and very different personalities, and each of them embrace it, and they don't try to be something they're not. And there's a lot of power to that. And so I hope that kids watch it and go, hey, that kid is embracing his uniqueness and his different gifting. I'm going to do the same. And so I do hope that they come away with that. Also, is that a poster of Inside Out behind
Yes.
you? That is my favorite. That's my favorite. One of my favorite movies of all time.
That's awesome. I'm huge on Pixar and obviously some of your past work.
Oh, yeah.
What's some of the things that specifically with this project that has stood out, some unique things about working on this project compared to other projects you worked on?
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously with Veep and Arrested Development, it was a little more adult comic stuff, and I mean, incredibly well written, but a little more mature themes. Working in kind of a young adult children's programming section, it is having a 15-year-old. I just remember so many times wanting to find something that the whole family could watch together, much like what you say, Pixar. And it's really tricky sometimes to find that. And because in this show, in addition to the kids enjoying it, as an adult, it's such a fun watch, but it's also such an appreciation of how the show looks. Because the actors, we're a very small piece of this pie. This pie is made up of so many makeup artists, hairstylists, wardrobe, production designers, camera, I mean, everything, every artist bringing themselves to it. And it's like eye candy. I mean, it's such a beautiful, whimsical show. So I think there's going to be a lot of appreciation, hopefully from adults and kids for how it looks.
That's exciting. Well, thanks, Tony. We're excited to get this out to the public and to share it with our families and friends.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time.
Absolutely.
Hi.
Just excited about this show to come out, excited to just for the world to see it and to continue to see what happens in this show. And you've all been involved in some like exciting and just different projects in the past. What was unique about playing these characters in this show?
Everything. The sort of classic, timeless, whimsical nature of the material was phenomenal. And the way that it's been executed in this show, everything from costumes to the production design, to the dialogue, to the performances, it's really one of those little beautiful gems out there. Besides the fact that it has a wonderful message and it's great for kids and adults, it's just, I was attracted to every single part of this, every part of the process.
That's awesome. What about you, Maya and Gia?
I think Ryan basically said everything. It was also really, what made this one special was, at least for me, it was my first time filming after a pandemic. So that's something I will always remember. And just being with this cast and crew, everyone was just so grateful to be on set, to be able to tell the story, for the pandemic to have not canceled our production at all, made it that special as well.
That's
yeah,
great.
I think I love everything that has to do with superheroes. And these children are very much superheroes in their own right. Their superpowers are their kindness and their compassion and their will to do good for others. And I was just really, really attracted to that. What a beautiful life lesson it is. And it's been a beautiful, journey that we've had through this very strange period of shooting during the pandemic. And I think it's been a huge learning experience for all of us. And we've created this, strange little family of underdogs.
And it's very apparent that you guys are working with a very talented and creative team, both in production and staff. You're working with these young actors and actresses. What was that like? And were you guys impressed with their talent while you guys were working?
They knocked our socks off. I mean, to be coming out of lockdown, learning all these lines. I mean, the show revolves around them. So, they're the ones with the crazy hours, with pages of, pages and pages of things to say. And they're going to school at the same time. And they're very professional. It's just very impressive to see these kids take their job seriously and also have fun doing it. Like they want to be there and you can tell, and they're good at what they do.
Yeah, like Mamea mentioned, they're going to school at the same time as doing all of this. And they really are, the leads of this show. And they have, so much dialogue to learn. And somehow they still manage to create these like secret handshakes with each other and like these little dances that they're doing. I just go, where do you find the time to do all of this and the creativity? So it was just like, it was astounding being able to watch these like energy bunnies just go and go and go. What a learning lesson for us. I'm like 8 o'clock, like, and these kids are just like, whoo.
Yeah, I'm a huge proponent of working with kids, and these kids have been phenomenal. The fun factor is enormous, because whenever you're making a show during a pandemic of all things, is having the fun quotient very, very high, keeps everybody going, and these kids were no shortage of it.
That's incredible. What were some of the messages that you were excited about just sharing, either through your characters or through the show? What were some of the messages that stood out?
I think that one of the messages is that regardless of what's happening out there, how fearful and anxiety filled that the world is, that within you there is a truth, and that truth is there for a purpose. And that purpose is for you to bring it out, to honor it, and help other people. And that's what I think it's all about.
I can't say it much better than that.
Nothing else to add.
Well, thanks guys. Thanks for the interview, but also for putting out this amazing show. We're excited, just as the world is going to be able to watch it soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What's up, guys?
Hi.
I'm excited for people to see the show. It's going to be a lot of fun. You guys both play really unique, fun, interesting characters. What were some of your favorite parts of playing your characters, Sticky and Rainy?
I feel like my favorite part of playing Rainy is being able to see the world from his perspective. Because, his mindset is quite different from, the regular person you would see on the street. So it's interesting to kind of get yourself in character and see everyone see the world from his view.
That's awesome. What about you, Seth?
Oh, definitely my favorite part of playing my character was his empathy and caring for others. I felt like that played a very big part and a good trait to have all around.
It seems like it would have been a project that was fun at sometimes and challenging at sometimes. What were some of your favorite parts of the process of making the show, and what was your least favorite part?
I think my favorite part would have to be, getting to be on the sets, because the sets were amazing. The crew did an amazing job building those sets. And I would have to say my least favorite part was having to film out in the cold weather, because that weather was not California. Let's just say that.
What about you, Mystic? What was your favorite and least favorite parts?
My favorite part of filming would probably be interacting with the other people, because I don't know about everyone else, but during COVID, it's really hard to, get out and see people apart from your own family that lives with you. So it was really fun for me to, get out and see all these people that have interests that are similar to mine and talk to them and interact with them. And my least favorite part would, just like Seth, being out in the cold. And, it was raining a lot in Vancouver, and it's really difficult filming a scene while it was raining, because they had to put up this big tent thing to keep the rain from falling on us. And when we were walking away, we had to carry an umbrella everywhere. It was just a lot of stuff.
That's awesome. And I just spoke with Tony, and he said you guys did a great job in just overcoming all those things and staying busy with school and stuff. So what is that like, both working and balancing, your other things like doing your schoolwork and stuff?
I think doing school and balancing work, for me at least, it wasn't as hard, because I had an amazing set teacher. We had an amazing set teacher on set, Rachel, who made everything like amazing for us, which I'm very happy about that. And she was just amazing all around. So school for me, it was obviously kind of tough, but at the same time, she made it fun.
What about you, Mystic?
Yeah, it is kind of difficult to juggle between school and set, because they're both different things that, they're both hard in their own way. And it's even harder to, go back and forth between them. But we do have a great studio teacher, and she helped a lot with that.
The show looks really exciting, very colorful, mysterious, and it's going to take a lot of thinking and kind of keeping us on our toes as we watch this. Did you guys get to know the whole story kind of as you're creating the show, or were you kind of like trying to figure out what's going on too?
I had read the book ahead of time when I was auditioning, so I already knew most of what was happening. That's the thing. When if there is a second season, I haven't read the second book yet. So I hope that, I'll feel the thrill and, the excitement from finding out the plot twists from reading the script rather than the book.
That's exciting. And being able to put your own kind of personality into some of those things is going to be awesome.
Make the characters come to life,
What about you, Seth? Were you kind of trying to figure out some of the puzzles and some things were going on?
Well, definitely same with Mystic. I did read the first book to get like more into detail with like Sticky and stuff like that. But like I did like through over the time, like the scripts and stuff, like I read like the scripts, and it helped me determine on like what was gonna happen, because I read the book and then I had the scripts. So I saw like what they changed and like what they didn't change and stuff like that. So yeah.
What's like something that you're really excited for just as people start watching it?
I'm really excited for all the people who are going to see it, and I'm excited for the book fans that are going to see it, because I think that they're really going to like this, because it goes off the book. There's just changes here and there, but at the same time, it's just an amazing show, and I just can't wait for everybody to watch it.
And I hope people who watch the show, it doesn't matter if they've read the book or not, I hope they walk away with the sense of I'm myself, I'm different from other people. That's fine. And the show also conveys a message that's really important to society today. It conveys you have to have empathy, you have to have kindness, you have to be yourself.
That's exciting. Thanks, guys, as you guys have put in your time and effort to make this amazing show. I'm excited for us to be able to watch it and share it with my friends and family. And I think it's going to be a show that people of all ages are going to watch.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.